All right, hey everybody. It's time for another car review, and this time we are looking at the Prodigy. Now, I really don't know a whole lot about this other than the initial trailers that I saw, where like the kid is like smart but then kind of evil. So I really don't know what to expect. This is a Paranormal Pat pick, and it wasn't a film that I was really super interested in seeing, but you know what? It sounds like it'd be a good time, so hopefully the film will be entertaining. I hope that it'll be like more of a thriller rather than a straight up horror film, but we'll have to see what happens when we do the film. So looking forward to seeing it. Hopefully it's not Winchester level bad, who should have won the fucking Razzie over the weekend, but that's another complaint for another time. But nonetheless, yeah, we're going to see the Prodigy, and I'll get a Pat reaction, and we'll be here after the film. All right, see you soon. Look, there's Pat and Crystal. Oh, and he's dancing on his way over here. What's up? You don't have the Black Death, do you?
Huh?
You don't still have the Black Death, do you?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, she's clear.
So, thoughts?
I'm just hoping for a good story at least, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like a take on The Omen, right? So,
Yes, it could be. I don't know much about it, so.
I just kind of get the feeling, was it like he's basically the prodigy to it being a serial killer, right? That's what I took from it. So, suspenseful?
Sweet. All right, so I've got Pat here with me, and we're doing, God fucking damn it. So we just got out of the Prodigy, and so initial, oh yeah, you can see the new Krampus
Air
freshener that his wife got me for Christmas. Well, I would say both of them got me.
I don't know what's scarier, Krampus or married.
The fact that you're married. That you're married to my cousin. But nonetheless, we are here talking about the Prodigy, and oh God. All right, I'm gonna let you start.
The potential that was there, but yet I feel like a miss. I got to give credit to the kid. I felt like he was the best actor in the movie, honestly. And there's gonna be well, here, spoilers, because I can't talk about this movie. This is like one of those things. And the funny thing is, the beginning I said, "Oh, I hope this is not as bad as Winchester." You weren't here for that one. And because that was the last movie where it was like, "Hey, let's go! Come on, let's go to the movies." The movie I was kind of like, about seeing. We saw Winchester, and God damn it, again, it should have won the Razzie, and this should be nominated for a fucking Razzie. Are you saying you got Winchestered?
Maybe. I didn't get Seagal, I'll tell you that.
I have to say though, I feel like this was better than Winchester.
No, I do think that it was better than Winchester, but I just think that there's one. Okay, so the movie itself is about resurrection, right? It's about reincarnation, whatever you want to call it. Basically, the killer dies at the same time that a kid's being born, and he is reincarnating because he has something that he needs to fulfill.
Kid penis, though.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, they perfectly blocked the dude's dick for everything. Like, he comes out and it's like, oh, and I'm like, oh, they're blocking dicks. Okay, we're good. And then the baby's born, is like, oh, but we get baby dick instead. I'm like, isn't that worse? I'd rather have seen the full dude's dick instead of the baby dick, if I had to see dick in a film like this. But so his soul goes into the kid's body, and that's why the kid's the way he is. And now, is the kid a genius because the guy already knows everything because he's so old when he dies? Or is it a mixture of the two? Like,
well, it seemed like he was, though, supposed to be even, like, he was, like, even though he was a killer, that he was smart. Like, it seemed like,
I just don't know why. Like, I guess if you look at the definition of what a prodigy is, I guess it kind of fits what it is, because he's like super smart and able to do all this stuff really, really early and goes into special classes and whatever. But it's like,
I just like he's in the super smart classes.
Super smart classes.
And then
he goes beats the shit out of the Asian kid.
He goes BioShock with the wrench.
I know. I'm like, okay, because he wants to be with the fat chick? Who the fuck does that for the fat chick? Come on.
Well, she's
like frumpy.
They're like 8, so it's chubby.
Oh yeah, it's a fat chick.
Okay. I'll try to save face for a little bit. But like, Okay, there's a couple of things. There's a couple things in my head I wanted to try to remember and I wanted to bring up, but like, for example, when they were getting ready to leave for the hospital, did you notice when she put her hand on his stomach, the stomach color like caved in, like you could tell there was a pillow underneath there or something?
There was that, and then there was the scene with the dog, like he kills the dog and hides the dog, is able to hide it, and he hands her the hammer, and like, wait, so she comes in from like this direction, like that way, and then the kid comes in from the back like this. I'm like, there's two ways into this place, because you only showed me one, like how to get in there. And then he hands her the hammer so that she can remove the nails, and one of the nails is almost all the way popped out already, and then when they bring it in close, the nail's almost against the goddamn wall. I was just like, so many little stupid inconsistencies were pissing me off.
The other thing is, okay, I'm sorry, that dog, he kills the dog and the dog's decomposing. First of all, if there's going to be that many fucking flies, it was like Flyapalooza.
It was fucking...
There is no way in hell all of a sudden you just figure this out and the upstairs started getting flies.
It's
like,
so ridiculous.
There's no way in hell like that.
Like literally they go to find the dog and the kid's like telling the dad, well, you're going to die one day too. And the dog like to hide when they're going to die. Blah, 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 blah. And then like, it's like a day. The dad's gone for like what seems like a day. I don't know about the passage of time, but
it seemed like it was like a day or something like that.
It was like a day, and then like Pat's saying, there's shit tons of flies
magnets
all over the fucking
all over the place.
I'm just
and then that not to be able to know that within 24 hours, that was the first fucking fly that you're gonna get. There's so no. First of all, even if it was like 2 days, you're not gonna have that many flies that quick.
It's just.
In the house. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's not like it was outside. It was in the house.
Yeah. It came from in the house.
Ooh.
The flies are coming from inside the house. I was kind of expecting something a little more supernatural with it. At least the way, like the one trailer that I remember seeing back when. But
there's so many flies, I was expecting Jeff Goldblum to show
up. Oh my God. But honestly, though, I honestly wanted it to be a demon. After seeing this movie, I think it would have been better. I mean, I guess it's a different take on the whole possession type of thing, because and like even the guy says, and the guy that all of a sudden comes out with, oh, well, I know exactly what your kid's going through. Oh, I'm a psychologist, and I have a psychologist friend that studies this type of stuff, because he's speaking in Hungarian, and that automatically thinks like, oh, there must be another kid or another person inside of his body. I'm going to go get my friend. And then
that was really rushed, but some of the other stuff was prolonged way too, I mean, it dragged out.
Just, the dude was just like, though I did find that scene hilarious, though I don't understand how the kid had enough time. So he goes and tells the dude, like, he basically being the other dude, like, oh yeah, well, I'm going to frame you for, I'm going to say that you went and you molested me, and you stuck your cock in my mouth, and I'm going to put the pubes that I found in your toilet in my teeth. Like, how did you have enough time to go find fucking toilet pubes? When? She literally brought him and said, I need to be in the room, and then they were in the room together. But he had enough time to go to the toilet.
At least show a scene saying,
I have to go to the bathroom, Mommy.
Or something. Yeah, something. Not just like it just happened. Yeah. I mean, I'll give it, there is a couple good jump scares in it.
There's a couple. The one with the down the hallway, where like he changes, he's like running to his mom, and then all of a sudden he changes into the grown man. That one got me. Like, that was interesting. And then one where he turns around in the chair and it's almost like it's a man's face, but like on his.
That one didn't get me.
That one kind of got me, but I thought it was pretty good.
Where he ran towards, and there was one other one that really got me. But you know what? I calculated right away what it was and then how it was going to end, honestly. So, are we just going to say it?
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say is that before we do that, I didn't know what the thing was, but in the beginning of the movie, as the way they were showing it, I was like, okay, this is what it is, right? And the whole idea, getting to this point, is that they say to get rid of the spirit is to have them do whatever they needed to do. And he used the example of, well, there was this Indian kid and there was somebody in him, and they went to this remote village, and the Indian kid sat by his mom's bedside while the mom was dying.
Singing the song.
And singing the song she used to sing to him. And then once that finished, then the guy got out of the body, and the kid was just a kid for the rest of his life. And so she figures out that the last thing that the killer wants to do is go kill the bitch that got away, because that's how it starts in the beginning of the movie. And so they get there, she brings him to the bitch, right? And he ends up gutting her. which I like that scene. I honestly did. I thought it was a surprising amount of violence for the film that had not a whole lot of violence in it. And then you had the final thing. Go ahead.
Okay, so she basically like, you killed my son's soul, so you can't have his body. And, you know, then the gun fires. And of course, I knew right away that someone was going to be, it was either a cop or the owner of the property had shot her, because all they see is a woman pointing a woman bloodied up, getting ready to shoot a kid in the face. And
that's where I was just fucking like, when she went and like he killed the lady, and then she started trying to stop the bleeding. And I'm like, you're just getting blood on top of yourself, and if you're trying to get away with the whole thing.
Okay, that's what made me think of it. So like, first of all, you're making shit worse. He slid across her gut, and now you're pushing down on it like, okay, she's gonna die.
Yeah,
but like they just got done 2 seconds ago with, okay, so the kid, when they were going to take him to a mental institution, and of course, like a dumbass, the dad tells him what he's gonna do.
Make sure you don't tell him anything.
Of course he does. Normally it's a woman screwing that part up. Anyways,
still another fucking bad parent.
So, and out of nowhere, I guess he pulled it out of his ass. I don't know. He had a pair of
they were in his bag, but all I saw him was leave. He didn't leave with anything, but he just now carries sharpened fucking scissors.
Yeah, so he must have hid it somewhere in the car. Cuts the seatbelt, and he must be like the fucking Flash, because he cut the seatbelt and was already sitting back in his seatbelt.
Yeah,
already, and then shanks him in the side. That's the other thing too. What kind of shitty ass Mayberry fucking cops? You know, sorry Andy Griffin show, but his Mayberry ass cops are over there, and like, this motherfucker is crashed with a fucking shaped side wound. No one's questioning the only other person in the car, the kid, and where the fuck did the shears?
So the thing that I could say about that, to give maybe some things, is that after it crashed, maybe, you know, he cut himself on something. But they would, you would think they would investigate him on it. Yeah, you could tell that there was something different, like, oh, well, there's no one else in the car, and the kid is barely injured and has a seatbelt on, but the seatbelt's been cut. Yeah. Like, it's obvious what could possibly go on, but it's so like, so many things are so fucking stupid.
So I had to set that part up. I'm sorry. I was setting that part up for this. They just got done. The nurse dude was like, we have to keep him in a coma until he has swelling on the brain. So we have to make sure the swelling goes down.
He's good.
The first fucking thing she does is starts touching his head.
Oh.
I'm like, oh,
it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
It will be all right. I love you. I touched your head. She had both hands on either side of his fucking head. He has a swollen brain, you dumb whore bitch.
Ugh. So the ending is that she gets shot and she dies. Now, I will give the film props for allowing the bad guy to win. I will give that, you rarely see films like this where the bad guy gets away with it. But I have a feeling that at the same time, they probably didn't think, maybe there's a deleted ending where they killed the kid and it didn't test well.
I need to see like the fucking, I was waiting for the gun to actually go off in the
and the kid's head all explode.
Because I would be dying laughing.
That was it.
I love when they kill kids.
Oh man, wow.
Well, I'm just saying, because it's always like, it's like that.
No, it's like the thing that you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to kill a kid, and when a kid dies, you know, that's the way that it goes, and people don't like it so much. But I really felt like,
I don't mean like in a psycho way.
Not in a psycho. I understand what you're saying, but when a kid gets injured in some way,
let's
or
think of reality, like a zombie apocalypse, you never see any fucking zombie kids.
Yeah, well, except for in the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Okay, but how many kids did you see after that?
Besides the baby, was Shaun of the Dead. Might have had a kid. I don't remember.
I think that was.
You can comment down below if you remember zombie kids.
I gotta at least give it credit for the first the second Resident Evil movie. You remember there was in the school, they had all the zombie kids came out.
Oh yeah.
So at least okay there, but other than that,
it's rarer than that.
You didn't see that.
And then you got Dead Space with the kids, Dead Space 2.
The little baby
fucking kids, and you get to kill a bunch of fucking kids.
I love that area.
But it's still like, yeah, I think that's where they went. That's where they copped out. We can't kill the fucking kid because we can't kill fucking kids for some fucking reason.
Or they're setting up the Prodigy 2 and the mother comes back.
Oh god, she comes back from the dead. She's down somebody else's. Oh, I gotta stop my son. That's why I don't want to get away. And then she's in the 8-year-old girl's body, and then, you know, she takes over the body, and they have like a Chucky type of battle. Like, I was seriously waiting for
Chucky?
Yeah, well no, I was waiting for what's his name?
Come on, Andy.
Oh, Chucky's. Why am I spacing on Chucky's voice?
Charles Lee Ray.
No, not Charles Lee Ray. Brad Dourif.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to come out in this movie and be like, I did this first, god damn it. Now, the other thing that was fucking hilarious, and I could not stop fucking laughing because it was unintentional for this movie. And if you are a fan of South Park, you know, and if you've seen this movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's the left-handed killer. Wait, but he's taking a bunch of right hands. This guy was shot. Oh. I kept, every time they started showing hands, it's the only thing I could fucking think about in this thing. And I was waiting for him. You want to see trips of my vacation? See. And every time the hands popped up, I was just like, but they're all right hands. He only takes lefts.
Oh, man. So, but yeah, the other thing, too, was a couple of scenes, you know, I was starting to think is, you know, are we going to see some, what was that?
Oh,
Fuck! What was that movie?
We're gonna see some. I was thinking, are we gonna Stephen King? What, the
book.
Dark Half?
The one with the cats. And,
Pet Sematary?
No.
The one with the cats. People under the stairs?
No, you did it. No, the cat people or whatever. Sleepwalkers. You know, where mom and son.
Mom and the son are getting on. Yeah, no, I was like, there was a couple scenes where I was like,
I looked over at Chris and I was like, bow chicka wow.
Especially when they were in the bed.
Yeah.
Like, if you feel something between your butt cheeks, it's just me.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I've seen a lot of pornos like that.
Yeah, there were some really creepy, like, little things like that. But, I mean, the thing is that it's a lot of wasted potential. I think you said it right in the beginning, that it had some really good ideas. Because I'm glad
they didn't go necessarily. I know you said demon, but like I'm glad they kind of go demon, or they didn't go, or you know, like I guess technically it would be like a ghost, but I mean,
it was more like possession.
It was more the whole reincarnation thing. Like that's actually a good angle that they use.
Yeah,
people can get reincarnated, but some come back and take over someone who's already there.
It was like the only reason that people reincarnate is because they have unfinished business. And that he was so smart, and they even said it, and I didn't really get the allusion to it, that they were saying that he's super smart and he's tricking you no matter what, so don't believe anything that he says. And in the end, he's like, I knew you'd do this. I put everything basically so that you take me to whom I need to kill. And I've been in control ever since, like, about the end of the second act, I would say, in the film. Whenever he says, you're going to love me forever, right? Won't you, mommy? And she says, yes. I was like, no, motherfucker, not if you're that motherfucker.
Well, you know, one other thing I want to say that it cracks me the fuck up. Like, when the father realizes, because they're setting up the whole thing about how the father had a shitty father who beat him and all this other shit, and he said he would never do that kind of shit. I think he was totally justified, and he gets kicked out of the house for this shit. He finds out that the kid's been spying on him, so he's asking him how long has he been doing it, and then all he did was smack something to get his attention. Like, not him, like, smack something off the desk, like, listen to what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly.
And right away, the mom kicks him out. Like, I'd be like, I have every right to be this pissed off. I didn't touch my son, but he's gonna know that I'm fucking pissed. I didn't mean business.
Those are some big ass rims on that car.
Piece of shit car.
Yeah, piece of shit car.
The other thing I was waiting for
thumping going by.
I could have sworn that was going to happen was when he was trying to pull him out of school, that he was going to pull out like, but I don't want to touch you again, Daddy, or something like that.
Yeah, something. Are you going to beat me again? Like he made it so it looked like his dad was being abusive at that point, like because he wasn't responding, and he basically triggered his dad to the point where he was like, "Urgh," and then he was like, get your ass out here now. You know, if he was black father, he wouldn't have done that shit.
Well, you know, you would think that they would have had the mother pick him up from school.
That's what I thought too. I thought that was the stupid thing.
I have to go pack his.
I'm gonna go pack his thing, but she had to find the stuff that he left behind. You know, purposely to find that he was looking for him. Just, like, honestly, I think that was the worst part. Instead of taking him to go out there and doing the whole thing to go kill the lady or whatever it is, and she was going to kill the lady, and how fast did she get a fucking gun? She literally walked and bought in a pawn shop, bought a fucking gun. That would never, it doesn't matter where you live. I doubt that any pawn shop is going to be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to give you a gun. Here you go. Like, you still have to go through the whole shit. Yeah. And then, even then, she's like, she gave him the pills to go to sleep, and she's like, I want to watch you swallow it. And he, like, takes the juice box, and it's not even juice that comes out, it's fucking water that comes out of the juice box. And she doesn't even see that, she doesn't ask him, okay, open your mouth, make sure I can't see the pill.
Well, the other thing to me, what was stupid too, is like, she was gonna sit there and shoot the survivor, right? Of the killing. And it's like, well, his whole thing was to kill them. So if you killed it, I thought that's how it was going to go.
Yeah, I thought that she was going to bring him.
My business can never be finished because you're the one that killed. I thought that's where they were going with it.
Or that she was going to find out that she had kids and like, oh, I'm here to wipe out your family. Like, there's more. Or that now that, you know, that's done, well, his whole thing isn't necessarily to get revenge on her. He wants to continue killing, which is what it's true. So he's never going to be satisfied. He's always going to take over everything.
I got to admit, though, I really did like that part, too, where when he shows up with the knife.
And he's like, hey, which one do you like? The hazelnut or blue or hazel? Oh,
we lost power.
Lost power to the lights here. Sorry about that. Things turned on in the car. So go ahead, Patrick, give a rating for the film.
I'm going to give it, like I said, I feel like it has so much more potential, and I think the kids acting really saved it. I'm going to give it, I was going to go 2.5. I'll say 2 3/4 baby dicks.
Oh, all right. So I'm going to give it 2 left hands out of 5. I just think that, like Patrick said, I think that it had potential. Right, I know that's a joke. Like Patrick said, it has potential. It looked like it could have been a really fun movie. And it was relatively suspenseful when it needed to be. It didn't need to be overly violent, but it just fell short. I commend it for the ending of the bad guy winning. That's something you don't see very often, and I honestly enjoyed. So, with that being said, Pat, you can plug yourself.
Here. Okay. Paranormal Pativity podcast. Go check me out. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, ParanormalPat64, and you can also email me, paranormalpat64@gmail.com, and I'm on Facebook.
Yeah, make sure to check out his Hawaiian episode that he did a little while ago, where he's trying to pronounce Hawaiian names. It's great. Don't forget to, when this episode's been released, the last episode on, what the fuck was that movie? Ghoulies 2, just got released to the Terrible Terror, so go ahead and check that out. And then, we'll be coming up with an episode on Krull, as well as episode 100 of the podcast is coming up soon. Krull is going to be the next movie. There was a couple of different choices, and Krull is the way that I went, because there's a little more, with the monsters and stuff, in that. But it's a long fucking movie. So don't forget to go check out the podcast, those things.
I honestly cannot remember that whole movie except for the end with the fight.
With the fight between the Beast and him?
Yeah.
And another movie with a Beast. So, all right, we'll catch you guys later on the next Terrible Terror car review.
Peace, bitches!